A rider in Austin spent $900 on a Shoei RF 1400. Beautiful helmet. Zero argument. 3 weeks later, his riding buddy showed up wearing a $150 HJC, a brand he'd never paid attention to, that had just scored higher in independent government safety testing than helmets costing 4 times the price. The Shoei rider felt great about his purchase, right up until he did the research. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Price and protection are not the same thing in the helmet market. And the brands charging you $600, $800, $1,000 are counting on you not knowing that. Today we're breaking down 5 budget helmet brands that the motorcycle community consistently walks past, and exactly why each one might be the smartest purchase you make this year. Let's get into it. Number 5. Bell. Bell has been building helmets since 1954. The first helmet ever worn at the Indy 500 was a Bell. So how does a brand with that kind of legacy end up on an underrated list? Simple. The marketing goes to the premium tier, and the entry-level lineup quietly became one of the best-kept secrets in riding gear. The Bell Qualifier DLX MIPS retails at around $150 to $180. Compare that directly to the Shoei RF1 400 at $900. Both DOT certified, both with anti-fog face shield systems, both suitable for daily street riding. The Bell adds MIPS rotational impact protection as standard, a feature many brands charge $400 or more to include. Independent testing consistently rates it among the safest helmets in its price bracket. Bell doesn't shout about it. The brand's identity is built around its top-tier race helmets. The entry-level line benefits from the same engineering culture without the same price tag. If you're a new rider or just want a reliable daily lid without overthinking it, this is where you start. The next brand is even less visible, and for reasons that have nothing to do with what's inside the helmet. Number 4. Scorpion. EXO. EXO doesn't have a MotoGP sponsorship. It doesn't show up in the gear bags of the riders you follow online. What it does instead is put serious engineering into helmets priced between $100 and $250, and let the safety certifications do the talking. The Scorpion EXO R420 carries both DOT certification and SNELL approval. That second one matters. SNELL is a voluntary independent standard that many premium brands don't pursue because the testing is rigorous and expensive. Scorpion pursues it anyway on a $130 helmet. Put that next to an Arai Corsair X at $900, also SNELL certified, and you're looking at the same independent safety benchmark at a fraction of the price. The shell uses advanced polycarbonate with a multi-density EPS liner. The Everclear no fog face shield treatment is the kind of detail you'd expect on a $400 lid. Owner communities consistently rate Scorpion EXO for comfort across extended rides. And a helmet you actually want to wear is worth more than one gathering dust on a shelf. Number 3. LS2. LS2 is a Spanish brand with manufacturing in China. And for a lot of riders, that sentence ends the conversation before it starts. That bias is costing people real money. The LS2 Citation 2 is a fiberglass constructed touring helmet at around $200 to $230. Fiberglass at that price is almost unheard of. Most competitors at this tier use heavier polycarbonate. The Schuberth C5, a premium touring helmet built in Germany, starts at $700. Both are ECE 22.06 certified. Both are fiberglass construction. In long-term owner testing, the LS2 Citation 2 consistently ranks among the quietest helmets under $300. On a 500-mile day, quiet matters more than almost anything else. LS2 has spent the last few years genuinely upgrading fit quality, liner materials, and visor systems across their lineup. Don't let the price tag end your research, and don't let the country of manufacture either. The next brand comes from a very different place, and carries a safety record that no marketing team invented. Before we get to the top 2, here are 3 things you should check before buying any helmet at any price point. First, certifications. DOT is the legal minimum in the US. ECE 22.06 is the current European standard and one of the most rigorous in the world. Look for it on the label. SNELL certification is voluntary and even tougher. The sweet spot is a helmet carrying at least 2 of these 3. Price has nothing to do with which box gets ticked. Second, fit. A helmet that moves on your head is not protecting your head. Put it on, fasten the strap, and try to roll it forward off your skull. If it moves more than an inch, it's the wrong size or the wrong head shape for you. No amount of brand prestige fixes a bad fit. Third, shell sizes. Budget brands often cut costs by using one shell size for multiple head sizes, which means a size medium and a size large are the same shell with different padding. Look for brands offering at least 2 or 3 shell sizes. It's a detail that separates real engineering from a cost-saving shortcut. If the Wise Rider is helping you make smarter gear decisions, hit subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around the same idea, the information the industry doesn't hand you at the counter. Now, the top 2. These are the brands that genuinely shocked us when we ran the numbers. Number 2. HJC. HJC is a South Korean manufacturer that's been building helmets since 1971. In Sharp Safety Ratings, a testing program run by the UK government across 32 separate impact tests, HJC's 10 most recently tested helmets averaged 3.8 out of 5 stars. That puts them ahead of several brands charging 3 times as much. The HJC C10 comes in under $100. ECE 22.06 certified, 4 shell sizes, noise reduction, and ventilation that independent reviewers consistently call impressive for the price. Step up to the HJC I-10 or I-70 at $150 to $200, and you get Snell certification and comfort interiors that riders regularly compare to helmets at $400 and up. For context, the Shui GT Air 3 retails at $700. HJC also sponsors MotoGP teams at the top level. That engineering filters down. The brand is proof that the premium doesn't have to live in the price, it can live in the product. Number 1. Nolan. Nolan is an Italian manufacturer founded in 1972. Their carbon fiber sub-brand, X-Lite, supplies helmets to MotoGP and World SBK riders at the highest level of the sport. That engineering heritage flows directly into the mainstream Nolan lineup, which retails between $150 and $350 and consistently outperforms its price bracket in ways that take most riders completely by surprise. The Nolan N88 retails at around $220. Fiberglass composite shell, not polycarbonate. ECE 22.06 certified. One of the most praised comfort profiles in long-distance touring reviews. And Nolan's Encom Bluetooth system integration is built natively into the helmet, not an afterthought bracket kit bolted onto the outside. The connector is already there, engineered into the shell from the start. The AGV K6S, a premium Italian sport helmet, starts at $550. The Nolan brings Italian manufacturing, fiberglass construction, and racing-derived engineering at $220. When the same company building helmets for professional racers applies that knowledge to a $220 helmet, the result isn't a budget product. It's a professional product at an accessible price. The most expensive helmet is not the safest helmet. The helmet that fits correctly, carries the right certifications, and that you'll actually put on for every single ride. That's the one protecting your head. These 5 brands prove you don't need to spend $600 to get there. The riders who know these brands tend to stay quiet about it. They've got a HJC on the hook in the garage next to a bike that costs 10 times as much. They're running Nolan on a 1,000-mile trip while the guy next to them is babying a $900 lid he's afraid to scratch. They did the research, they know what the certifications say, and they kept their money. Now you know too. Drop your helmet brand in the comments. What are you running and what did you pay? Subscribe to The Wise Rider and we'll see you in the next one.